It's time for Washington Fish Quest! This episode, Arctic Grayling.
Hey Washington Fish Questers, Blake here. Boy, do I got a special episode for you today. When I started Fish Quest, Washington Fish Quest, there was two species of fish I had in mind that I really wanted to target. I haven't went for either of them in 11 years, and they're both high mountain species. So today, just for you, well, and me, I'm going for Arctic Grayling. I'm going to the only lake in the entire state where they're found. They are a really, really cool fish, and I will explain why in a bit.
The lake is called Upper Granite Lake. I'm told the hike is quite a doozy. It's only about 9 miles, but there's a stream crossing, and then there's like a lot of bear trails, and at the very end I'm told it's like kind of rocky, and you have to go up quite a steep elevation gain.
I see a sign ahead. Must be a sign. Oh, cool. Very nice CLC light. Lawful fishing and hunting is permitted, except beyond the safety zone signs. Nice.
Alright, switching back, eh? Can't believe I still have reception. I have the map downloaded, of course, but...
Alright, I'm a little past mile 2 now. I'm on my way to mile 3. My strategy for this hike by myself, especially since by myself, is I'm not letting myself get too winded. As you can see, perhaps, I might have like a slight grossness, you know? Like I just shot some hoops or something, like sweat's just starting to break. When I can feel it about to roll, I stop, rehydrate. No need getting exhausted.
Something just came down in the trees over here. An animal, for sure. I don't think it's a cougar or anything, but I have been stalked once before in Capitol Forest, so I always carry bear spray. Hopefully that'd work on a cougar. If anything, at least I'd go out not only in agonizing pain from the cougar, but for being blind with pepper spray.
Alright, well I'm 3.5 miles in yet. I have not got to the hard part yet, and my miles are definitely slow. Like I say, I'm stopping and resting as much as I need. So right now my miles are averaging like just over 30 minutes a mile. Just ticked over from a little under 29 to a little over 30. But like I say, I'm just maxing and relaxing. You know, as long as I cross that stream tonight, or at least get to it and assess it, then I think I'm mission accomplished, you know?
Now there's some real beep, bop, bop, bada, boop. Beep, bop, bop, bada, boop. I'm the scat man.
I tell you, friends, this old YouTuber is prone to exaggeration. But believe me when I say, it's one heck of a trail. If the bugs and the bears and the brambles don't get you, the stream crossing will. Oh no! Alright, noble viewer, hopefully you can hear me over the raging stream. We all know what Washington Fish Quest is all about. Everybody tunes in just for me to drop trow. I never do. I'm going to right now though. Woo! Sure would be kind of embarrassing if one came up the trail right now, that's for sure. Because what I got here is some swimming trunks. And then I got, these are some Cressy, they're like aqua socks, but good, if that makes sense. You don't want to wear these with fins, but these are excellent. They have excellent traction to walk out if you're gonna like dive on slippery rocks or something like that. Oh yeah!
Oof. Woo! Ah. Oi. Alright, just crossed another little stream. I still have my surf boots on there. I want to talk about how I approached that stream crossing. There was much drier areas above and below where I crossed, but the way I figure, the one thing I cannot afford being out here solo is any kind of a slip in a stream. Well, really a slip anywhere, but especially, you know, where you would, you know, drown. So I just went right for the deepest part because it was the least turbulent. So, and you know, there was things there to grab as well, which I ended up doing, and it was pretty uneventful. It's pretty muddy here on the trail now, so I'm just going to keep these aqua socks on for the time being. Nice. Thank you, whoever threw all those pieces of wood down. That was easy peasy. The trail does keep disappearing now, or rather, you can't see it. The trail is still beneath your feet. If you look straight down, you're all good. But I'm seeing more and more people say it's bear runny. I mean, that, you know, and all the bear poop, I guess. almost 7 p.m. now, about a quarter till. Sun's sinking low there over the mountain, as you can see. That said, I got about, I'd say, a good 2 hours left in me, so I think there might be some big old grouse. Oh, there we go. What a shot. This is the first kind of really ridgy part I've been on. Probably after I get to my first clearing here, I'll set up for the night. Like I say, it's no need to really push it. All right, some sun's breaking through now. I got 15 minutes before I need to set up camp, and if I go another 7 or 8 and don't see what I'm looking for, this would be a great spot right here. I'm sure some people do sometimes. Look at that, nice flat ground. That flat spot I passed up's looking better and better. I've just been going through the bear run for the last, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. There we go. Holy smokes, I'm glad I didn't stop earlier. That is beautiful. I found an area off of the bear run, and there's some water under us, but we're not right on it, you know, if that makes sense. Kind of like quite a drop there. And you know, I'm not going to take my bear spray in there because it won't do me no good. So I just have a pot and a pan to bang if there's any critters come around. And I guess I got a knife in there too, a pocket knife to make me feel like a big man. Well, I call this meeting of the Midnight Society to order. Alright, I'm in my tent, nice and snug. There's a root under me, check. Slope is uneven, check. I guess besides that, it's all good. So I'll get up in the morning and keep going. Well, I'm back up. It is, I slept in pretty good. It's about 7:30, 7:20. So there was quite the small animal parade last night. Nothing bigger than a bread box, so no worries. But I don't know, from about 10 to, I don't know, I'll say midnight, maybe 12:30, I had 5 or 6 visitors, and then maybe one after that, just kind of in the middle of the morning. I'll have to look up small animal sounds when I get home, because I don't think all of them were field mice or, you know, rats and stuff like that. How's that for your wake-up view, eh? Here would have been the spot to camp, dang it. Oh, this is like 10 minutes away from where I camped. I wouldn't have built a fire personally, but look at this spot. Oh well. So after that open space there, this is the first time I can honestly say that I've like lost trail. I just sat here and it kind of popped out to me, you know, but it's actually, I can tell it's through all of this. It's just covering the trail. Yep. Righto, righto. I am deep in the mountains. Look at that. Hey, I just came across this. This is like seriously the first person place thing I think I've seen besides the Seattle light sign. So, oh, look what I see. This, I believe, is Lake 1. If you can see it through there, crystal clear water. Holy smokes. This is remarkable. Oh, there is a fish right there. There's some little cuddies right there. Oh. You know what? I think I've earned a little fishing. So one thing about this trail that has not been all exaggerated is the mosquitoes. So I have 100 or 98% DEET on, this Repel 100, and they're landing on me. I don't know that any have bit me yet. I'm going to put on a fresh coat, but they're giving it the old college try. So for the record, I left this hand DEET free. You can see the difference on that hand there. So that's because I forgot my net. It just occurred to me as I was about to go fish. I will not bring these fish out of water, so I will just have to cradle them in my wet hand, but I don't want to get a bunch of DEET in the water, so I kept this one clean for that reason. Since this is probably a one and done for me, I brought all this gear, and there's some fly gear on the other side. So you'll see some of this has like triple barbs and barbed hooks. So I just, so you know, I'm not going to use those. What I'll do is I'll crimp any barb that I end up using, and then I will either take off 1 or 2 of the hooks, so it's either a single or a double. So I'm going to start though this one here. Once I crimp the barb, this is a Whittle 1/16 rooster tail, and it has just a single point hook, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't know they came like that, but it's very little too, so low chance of, you know, injuring the fish. All right, first cast. Think I'll get one? I do. Ooh, over there. Oh, they want it. Oh, there we go. There's a fish. Oh, it came off. That's okay. Oh, look at, there's a big one. Yeah, there we go. Oh! There we go. Gonna try to keep this one in the water. Bury the rod tip. Okay, let's see if I can... Need to get my hand wet first. Oh, never mind, there it goes. Well, mystery solved. The hook was bent. So I've pinned it back into place. I don't know if the fish did that, I doubt it. Or if I just did that when I was crimping the barb accidentally. Oh, they're bending the hooks. Yeah, this hook's just like really flimsy. Alright, new strategy. This is called a pistol Pete. This hook has a lot less finesse in it, a little thicker. Alright, now this is going to work. So you can use a fly bobber with these, but there's just enough weight I don't need one. The fish are right in front of me here, you know. There we go. Oh dear. All right, it was just the hook on the on that rooster tail. Interesting. Look at that beautiful cutty. Oh, there we go. Didn't see that one. He came out of nowhere. Yeah, it really was just the hook on that rooster tail. I appreciate him making it with so much finesse, you know, but if a 4-inch fish can bend it that easily, that's no bueno. Oop. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. A little small. I think I'll catch one more, then be on my way. Look at that beauty. There it goes. Oh, there we go. I didn't even see that one. Oh my gosh. This might be big boy. Oh, that's a nice one. For this little pond here. This is the nicest one yet. Look at those markings. Holy smokes. Way to go, friend. There's my release shot. If that was all I did this trip, it was 100% worth it. That was beautiful. That was wonderful. I really needed that to get the wind back in my sails, and it did. But that is not the target species, so I'm going to keep on going here until we get to Upper Granite Lake and hopefully some Arctic grayling. All right, back at it. Some fallen trees in this area of the trail. Just gets it into the tree. See if you guessed right. Yep, so you can see there the trail continues. Another little orange flaggy there, very nice. So Upper Granite's above this lake, so I was going to, walk up near the stream. But a giant thank you to whoever put the orange tape, because I can see one right there, and then one way up there. So it's showing me the trail, which saved me a lot of bushwhacking. Look forward to going back down, that's for sure. Because this goes up and up and up. I see why they call it Upper Granite Lake now. Down there's the lake I was fishing, and it is quite a ways down. Beautiful little gully here. The mosquitoes are getting so thick, I have swallowed more than a few. Upper Granite Lake. Really wish you were like Middle Granite Lake or perhaps extremely low Granite Lake. Oy vey. Is this Princess Bride? Are those the Cliffs of Insanity? Where's Under the Giant when you need him? Oh boy. The hike was finally starting to break me down a bit, but I think I see the lake. I am pumped. Can I see it there through the trees? Yeah, let's go. All right, I'm getting close. Actually going down to the lake now, opposed to up towards it. Of course, there's one more up. As soon as I say that. There's a chance a bear might have ate me last night because I I look down there and I just see fish jumping. You know, it's really hard to imagine a more beautiful freshwater scene than this. Oh, I'm so close. All right, I'm here. Just walking out on this log. I would like to point out that this lake does have cutthroat in it, just like the previous lake, but it also has grayling. And my understanding is you catch much more cutthroat than grayling. So even though I'm here after all that, I still got to actually, you know, be a decent fisherman and get the fish. Wow, look down there. Look up there, still some snow. I didn't know there'd be any because that creek crossing was actually pretty warm, you know, for a mountain stream in July. I got a white rooster tail on here that I clipped all the barbs off of, and we'll see how it goes. There we go. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. God, they can fight. I don't know if I'm able to get this one up. There we go. I just face planted. I don't think I had the camera on though, shoot. But I went for a swim after all. Got a fish on. Another beautiful cutty. Whew. I said I'd give some Arctic grayling facts once I got one in my hot little hand, but slow going. So maybe if I start to do a fact now, that'll call in the grayling. Maybe that's what's missing. So the Arctic grayling, you know, unlike the Arctic char, which is truly like an Arctic fish, you know, the Arctic grayling has an interesting distribution. As you can see here by this USGS map of their native and introduced range. Sorry, Canada. USGS grade you out, I guess, because US, I guess. But at any rate, there is a lot of Arctic grayling in Canada. But I was going to say, outside of Alaska, where you think they would be concentrated, as you can see that there's also a run in Montana, and then there's also a couple populations in the Great Lakes. So it's interesting that they're actually below our parallel. Oh, that's not a grayling. That's not a grayling. They are here. They disappear pretty well. They don't have the flamboyant colors of the cutthroats, you know. Good sized fish too. I was just about to try to get to their side of the lake because I didn't think they were here. There we go. Oh, that's just a little cutthroat. I keep trying to get good release shots and the fish take off before I can, but hey, at least it's a good release. But I saw some Arctic grayling. I saw 2 Arctic grayling over there. Oh, I missed one. I'll say these cutthroat are so aggressive. Oh, did you rip the hook off? Oh no. That's the thing about the hook being when you take off the 2 barbs like that. Pinch a barb. Remember how I said I was going to drop trout this episode? Yeah. There's big perks to fishing in a remote place. I haven't seen an Arctic grayling over by the woodpile here in a little bit, so I am going to trudge over to, you can see that point sticking out there. I'm going to just kind of wait out there. There's a lot of action over there. I doubt it's Arctic grayling, but nothing's happening here. So this is the only lake, as you know from the beginning, that Arctic grayling have been successfully planted in Washington State. They were planted in the mid-40s. They tried planting, the state did, Arctic grayling in a lot of different lakes. High mountain lakes, starting in, oh, there's one right there. There's one right there. Before I saw that grayling and lost my train of thought, you know, they tried to plant the Arctic grayling in lakes in the 1920s on. Last attempt was in the 1980s. There we go, there's something. Got stuck out there. Must have nailed it because it's not sliding off. There we go. That's big fish of the day. Holy smokers, what a beaut. Oh, I got one on. I got a grayling on. Yes. The fin on this one's a little small, but you can see it there, that sail fin. That is so awesome. What a beautiful fish. Thank you, buddy. Yes, yes, yes. Very happy to get at least one Arctic grayling. So I was just about to go to the other side of the lake at the inlets, because initially I kind of figured they'd be on the spawn still, but this is going to sound weird, but when I did that stream crossing and felt how warm that water is, it's my understanding that these Arctic graylings spawn like right after ice melt, and this water is warm. I could swim in it, you know, I mean, I kind of have accidentally. So it's and that brings me to some UW students and a professor. A couple students did their thesis, I believe, on climate change impacts on the Arctic grayling, because since they are such like a fragile fish, even though they're introduced here, this is the one lake they've taken to, that there's been like some like mudslides and stuff at the inlet they usually spawn in. I guess the professor or the students came back the next year, and they actually switched to the stream they spawned in, and they came back the next year and they were back to the stream they usually spawned in. I might have got that kind of wrong, but you know, there's a chance that these guys are, I'm not going to say on the way out. I don't want to be alarmist or anything, but you know, they're dealing with changes to their lake here. Oh yeah, and I've been talking about the history of the Arctic grayling. You can read about that in a 2005 report Washington Fish and Wildlife did, called something to the effect of Alpine Lake or High Mountain Lake fish management. So in the 1980s, where they tried was outside of North Bend. They didn't name the lake, but they said a high mountain lake outside of North Bend. They tried to plant them, didn't take. Well, that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna head out. What a trip! What a trip! The fishing was excellent, although I only got the one grayling. The three others I saw in here were much bigger. So you can come up here, spend more time than I'm gonna, and really target them. I'm just happy to kind of check it off the list, to be honest. There could be a whole mess of them spawning on the inlets at the lake too. I'll just never know, because I'm happy with the one. Yeah, it's quite a hike up here. I think it took me, if you don't count the camping and the fishing on the way, somewhere between 9.5 and 10 hours. I've heard some folks taking more, like 12. So just be sure to plan that into your trip. But it's a really good hike. It is a pretty tough hike, but well worth the reward at the end. And yeah, I don't know. I might come up here again. This is quite beautiful. Well, thank you so much, and see you next time on Washington Fish Quest.